Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm so excited to come on today and share a project that I just finished, like literally just finished just a few minutes ago. So I know in my last video, I had said that I had gotten, I was brainstorming and I knew what I wanted to do for my next project. Well, here it is. So what I did was I made a pouch, and then inside the pouch is a little journal. And this material here I got from my friend Kay. Thank you, Kay, for Christmas. It's kind of like, it looks sort of like maybe upholstery fabric, or I don't know. It's really nice. But the nice thing about it was that a bunch of the paper pads that I got for Christmas, the colors actually went really well. So I decided to do this. And this is not an original idea. I watched some videos and I'm trying to think. I think I saw a video where Liz from the Liz the Paper Project, she did one. And I think also Gina from Firefly Studios did another version. And then I also saw Susie from Creative Cafe Girl. She did like her own version. So everybody's version is a tiny bit different the way they do it, but ultimately kind of all the same thing. So, well, basically, I'm just saying that I didn't make this up. I watched some videos and got inspiration. So what I did on the outside, I don't know. Well, if you've watched me for a while, you know that not this past summer, but the summer prior to, was it the summer prior? I think so, or summer before that. I was really into every weekend going to the flea market and estate sales. Obviously, this past year, I was not able to do that. But in my, I don't know, hunting, I used to collect a lot of pins and things. I actually, hold on, I have my little pin tray. Well, this is some of the pins that I've gotten. I'll just give you a little sneak peek. So those, it's all filled with pins. And at first I was going to just collect them, but then I was looking through them the other day, and I thought, you know, might as well start using some. So I use this because, see, I don't know, this, it kind of goes with the fabric. And it's not a pin, it's more like a necklace charm, because there was a little hole there, so that's what I put the ribbon through. It's to kind of like give it a little bit of weight, but also a little design, because I don't know exactly how you wrap this thing like this. So I just kind of wrapped it. I tied it under the button. I sewed the button onto here, tied this piece under the button, and then this is actually, you can move it up and down. I didn't tie it, so if you want to move it closer to the edge or closer up, you can do that. But I just left it like that. So here is a little pouch, and it's sewn on, and the base of the pouch is made with a paper bag, like, you know, like just a regular lunch bag. And that's what I learned watching everybody's videos, how to do that. So, I mean, isn't this the cutest thing ever? So you have a little fabric pouch and then a little journal that goes inside the pouch. Let me move this over here. So this is the journal that I have inside, and it's just plain because I didn't want to, you know, embellish the cover too much, because if you're pulling it in and out of the pouch, I don't want anything to, you know, get snagged all the time or anything. But the material itself is, you know, it has a pattern to it, so it's gorgeous as it is. It doesn't really need anything else. So on the inside, and I used the Stamperia paper pads, oh, as I mentioned before, and this one I think it's called, I wrote it down somewhere, Alchemy. It was this one. So I used the back cover, because the back cover on the last page, they have a print, but then on this side, they have, you know, like the back part. So it was perfect because the material covers that back side, and then here you have the inside. I also realized that with like a lot of the pouches and stuff that I was making for the other ones, the Terry Woods pockets and stuff, they were at a bigger scale. So here, let me just take out these little pieces. I tried to figure out how to scale it down, but if you notice, these are exactly like the big pouches, you see where this flips up, you can journal underneath. I just put a piece of the material down here because I didn't decorate too much because I didn't want it to be too thick, because obviously you probably want to add your own stuff in here, and I didn't want to have so much room taken up. So it's just like that. So there's a tuck spot here, here, and here. And then what I did, I just used one of my stickers for this, and this is just some extra journaling. Stuck that back there. And this was a cutoff, but you can use that, and I put a sticker on there. And then this, a little scrap, and I just added some coffee dyed paper on the back just so you can journal on it. And that tucks right in there. And this is one of the pages from the pad. Here's some vintage office memo paper. And I didn't want to cut it down, so I just folded it in. And then another little tuck spot here. And then just some journaling tags. This is a Tim Holtz journaling tag. And this here is just a cutoff, and I added some coffee dyed paper so you can write on the back. It's a little vintage page, guest check. Did a little flip up here. And I just put a little flower. I don't know what kind of flower that is. And then here I made some tags with a cutoff. And this is the page from the back, so I covered the back with coffee dyed paper, so that way you don't see, like, you know, like the advertising on the back. But it also gives you a place to journal. And here's a little, kind of like a little journaling spot there. And then this is just a tag that I had in my stash. And it's funny because not that I always forget, but I do sometimes tend to forget when I'm putting my ephemera together. The pockets and everything are a little bit smaller, so I always have to make sure that I cut down the ephemera so they can go into the pockets. And a couple of the ephemera pieces in here, I actually had to cut down after the fact and redo them because they were a little bit too wide. So here we have a flip up and flip down. And this was just one of the scrap papers from one of the cutoffs. Here's the middle of the signature. And again, another flip up and flip down. And actually, I think a lot of the pages in here are vintage, aside from the paper from the paper pad and the coffee dyed paper. But like this is vintage. This actually, I'm not sure exactly. It might be maybe from the 80s actually, so it could be. You know what? Let me just check the other side. Oh no, I thought, because I saw down here, but it doesn't say a date on it. And with another little pocket, another tag that I made has coffee dyed paper on the back, a little extra journaling here. I put a sticker on the front just to decorate it up a little bit, and then a little tag that I had in my stash. And here, this was actually also on the back side, like the very end of the paper pad where all the advertising was, but I cut it out and then just used it as a little tuck spot. But it was nice because there's no advertising or anything on it. And then in here we have another little tag. This is a vintage index cards. It was larger, so I cut them in half, and I think I cut them down a little bit more. And there's a couple that I included in here, and the Tim Holtz. And then here, this was actually my first attempt, and this one came out really small, as you can see. So it flips up there, has the pockets, but, you know, I was learning, so it's just a little bit smaller. But the nice thing about having a smaller one, you still have room down here you can journal. So I'm not mad at all about that. And then we have the back cover. And also, I tried to use my my pinking shears to cut just to give the edges a little of the whatever, you know, like the little angles that it gives, but it frays, so you can't actually really see it very well, but I like the way the fraying looks, so I'm fine with that also. So yeah, so this project was so cute, and I really liked working on it. I'm glad I'm starting to include things that are just, you know, I'm collecting, which I don't know if I actually need to collect everything. So I'm glad this piece I found to go with there, or to go with a pouch, because I think it makes like a nice little touch to it. So that's my project. It is available on my Etsy. If you are interested, I will leave the link to this, I think I called it a mini journal and pouch set or something, whatever it is, but I'll leave a link below in the description box. So, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.